beautiful friends. It's Amanda here, and today we're talking about a new lip product from Pixi Beauty. This is the Tint Fix Satin Lip Tint. Comes in 5 shades. It's currently available. You can find it at Target, Walgreens, some other Pixi retailers. Anywhere that I can find this product online, I will link in the description box if you want to check out your availability for this one. These lip products are priced at $14 each. Although, because this is sold in drugstores, you often can find these with a little bit of a sale or a coupon, so keep an eye out for that if you're interested in this. I think $14 is a pretty high-end price point for a drugstore retail type product. According to the information that Pixi sent over with these little Tint Fix satin lip tints, this can also be used on the cheeks, so I'm going to test that out as well. This product has a buildable tint, so you can start with a sheer wash of color and layer up. I am going to show you a demonstration of that in today's video just so that you can get an idea for what that looks like. We're going to start with a close-up look at the Tint Fix, the packaging. I'm going to show you an application demo, some lip swatches, some arm swatches, and I'm going to give you all my thoughts along the way. So, product close-ups first. Let's get into it.
I always like to show the outer packaging of anything I'm reviewing, but especially when we're looking at a product that's actually available on retail shelves. So if you decide to go see this in person, hopefully this can help you identify it easily. The outer carton, which is the cardboard box that these lip tints come in, as well as the actual tubes themselves, have color coordinating packaging. I really like this sleek and simple branding on the tubes. It looks modern and fun. It's really easily recognizable without being cheesy or over the top. These don't look cheap and childish, which is a trap that some Pixi packaging can fall into. The applicator is a standard small doe foot, which is well suited for detail application, so it makes perfect sense for this formula. When you're dealing with a long wearing or staining product, you definitely want to be able to get precision application. I do want to make sure that I mention right up front that these tints do have a bit of a sweet, fruity scent. It's very subtle, but it is there. I have to really sniff the lipstick to find the fragrance, so I can't notice it at all once the color is applied to my lips. Maybe I just don't notice it as much because I'm not someone who's particularly bothered by or sensitive to fragrance in my makeup. But I know some folks are sensitive or simply don't like it. So I do like to point out there is a little fruity scent, nothing too intense. These tints are meant to be built up and layered, so I am going to show you what that looks like for all of the shades with some layered live swatches on my hand. And I'm also going to show you that process on the lips with this very first shade, which happens to be my favorite, the shade Calm. And then for the subsequent lip swatches, I will show you what I can only describe as like a medium layer, not a super light whisper of application, but also not so much that it starts to look piled on. So this is one light layer of the shade Calm. Then I'm going to show you a quick kiss test just by laying a little smooch on the back of my hand. You can see a little bit of that product transfers, but it's not terrible, and my lips still look decently intact after that. So I'm not too upset about the way that these wear. And as far as the transfer resistance goes, I'm happy with that. I do notice that when this formula is applied too thickly, it starts to look a little clunky on my lips, but mostly it just feels too dry and bulky. However, when I do just one or two really light layers, I genuinely enjoy how this looks and feels on me. I would describe the texture as a mix between the ColourPop Fresh Kiss Glossy Lip Stains and the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams. The Fresh Kiss lip stains are more liquidy than this Pixi tint is, and the soft matte lip creams are a bit thicker, more of a whipped creamy type of texture. This Pixi Tint Fix formula is interesting because it has qualities of both of those two, but it isn't quite comparable to either one of them in a one-to-one comparison. So I find this interesting. It's definitely different than the other lip tints and lip creams that I have in my collection. So I'm always intrigued when I see something new. We already looked at my favorite shade, which is that rusty terracotta color called Calm. Here we have the red from this line. It's called Adore, and this is a very soft red. I do think this leans a little bit warmer in swatch and doesn't pull quite as warm and orangey actually on my lips. Maybe that's just my natural lip color showing through. Then we have a rich, warm, rosy, almost a magenta rose type of color called Love. I did not expect to enjoy this one because if you know me, then you have probably heard me complain many times over about how I don't like to wear pink. But this is such a rich pink color. I really find it to be quite beautiful. And honestly, I was shocked by how flattering I felt it was once I actually applied this. So maybe 2025 is the year that I become a pink girl. Who knows? In 2024, I loved blue eyeshadow and I never thought that would happen. And here's another pink lip product that I honestly really enjoy. I can see myself reaching for this a lot through the spring and summer when I am more inspired for a bolder, more colorful, fun lip. I'm just as surprised as everybody else, but this is only really my third favorite color. I actually prefer this one called Soft. So, Calm is my first favorite, Soft would be my second favorite, and this is frankly almost another pink color if we are being honest with ourselves. If I'm being honest with myself, anyway. This is quite pink in the swatch on my hand, but once it's applied to my lips, I think it looks a lot more mauve-y. This one really was a curveball for me because when I first opened these up and just started swatching them on my hand, I thought this looked way too pink. But you can see here on my lips, it almost looks deeper, more mauve-y, a more cool, not quite I wouldn't call it purple, I wouldn't call it lavender, but it's definitely not that basic bubblegum pink that I was expecting. Speaking of not what I was expecting, this shade called Heavenly is probably one of the worst lip products that I have ever put on my lips. I know that sounds so dramatic, and if this is your first time watching my channel, then I'm sure that sounds so dramatic, but you have to know I almost never truly hate products. I almost never give anything an across the board bad review. I can see the good in something even if it is not my cup of tea. I cannot see the good in just this one single lip color. The color is outrageous. The texture is awful. I could hardly even shoot this lip swatch in earnest because it looks so bad. I tried so hard to make this work. I can't imagine this working for anyone. I don't know what happened. Do I have a defective one? How did this get approved? Do I have some sort of weird, spoiled dud? This looks awful. It's truly one of the worst lip products that I've ever used. Now, before we wrap things up, you need to see these swatches from the Pixi site. I think maybe some of the shade names got accidentally swapped on the swatch picture. I can see that the shades Adore and Love are similar, okay, from what I'm experiencing in person here to the swatch that's on their website. But the shades Heavenly, Soft, and Calm do not look anything like the lip colors that I am holding in my hands at this very moment. Maybe if Calm was that middle shade, then I could get on board with that. If that middle shade was labeled as calm, which I think it is, mislabeled, and maybe soft is close enough. I don't know what's going on with that deepest skin swatch model. This color, there's no way it looks like that on her if it looks like this on me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm totally off base here, but this swatch is weird. It does not correlate. Look at this shade Heavenly. There's no swatch on this picture that could be this color. I mean, are you seeing what I'm seeing? How is this what this is? Okay, you just do with that information what you will. But I'm confused by this.
And let's try one of these as a blush. Which one should I do? I'm already wearing some blush, so I need to pick probably one of the bolder colors so that it'll actually show up. Let's just use my favorite. I'm gonna put a little bit on my finger. This. Just start with a little bit and see what happens.
I don't know what's going on with their swatch picture, and I don't know what's up with that shade Heavenly, but I have to say, otherwise, I actually really like the performance of this, even as a cheek tint. I think this looks really cute. I ended up wearing this for the rest of the day. It's kind of hard for me to say what the performance was since I was already wearing another blush and other cheek products underneath, but just from this quick testing it as a cheek product, I think that it was very successful. It blended nicely. It didn't disrupt my makeup underneath. And I thought it looked flattering. It looked nice and even on my skin. I do think that because I am wearing a more hydrated, glowy look, it helped to enhance the look of the texture on my cheeks. But I think it looks good. I like the idea of a matching monochromatic type of look. This is cute. It performs well. I'm really happy with it. The shade Calm is by far my favorite for both lips and cheeks.
From the point of view of somebody who has very dry skin, I tend to be a little bit wary of long wearing lip products. These say that they are a satin finish. I think these are very borderline matte. Personally, they do have a soft velvety matte texture. If these didn't have the satin lip label, I would not call this a satin formula. I think this is a soft matte or a velvet matte, and that tends to not really be my favorite. However, I will say this is a bit of an anomaly because this does have much more of a lip tint, satiny type of feeling when it's just applied in that first light layer. As I start to build this up, it starts to feel a lot more like a liquid lipstick. But if I just do that first little wash of color tint, then this remains incredibly comfortable. I think the color looks even. I think it wears beautifully, as you saw from that little kiss test. Even after I did pull some of that product off on the back of my hand, my lips still looked nice. It wasn't like crazy patches missing. I really, really like this formula when it's just one layer. I don't really love it once it starts to get built up, just because for me personally, it becomes less comfortable. I love the shades Soft and Calm. These are for sure the ones that I am going to gravitate towards re-wearing as I continue to test these. I do wish that we had a sixth shade. I would love to see a true like chocolatey brown in this formula. I think that type of color would really round out this line. I think it would be flattering on a lot of people. I think that a lot of people would like to wear a little brown chocolatey lip tint. Maybe going into spring, they didn't want to do anything too dark, but I mean, that's a nude on a lot of people. So I really think that this line would benefit from even just one more shade. I'm a big fan of shade range expansions anyway. If you've watched my other reviews, you know that. So fingers crossed, maybe we'll get some new shades. I think this is a lovely, comfy, long wearing formula that's not too tight and uncomfortable for me. I actually have a big, like, fancy event to go to later this month, and I can see myself wearing one of these for a long lasting lip color that I don't have to touch up as I'm dining and schmoozing and, all of that good stuff. So I think these are really cool. I like a multitasking product. I see myself using this more as a lip color and not so much as a cheek tint, but the more you can use it, the more value for your dollar. So I like a little multitasking product. I would love to hear what you think about these Tint Fix satin lip tints. Are you interested? Which shade is your favorite? I always love to hear what you think about things too. So make sure you leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Fruity. I wasn't a huge Disney Channel watcher as a kid. I was more of a Nickelodeon watcher, but I think that I'm just kind of that age too, where I'm just like slightly too old. My younger sisters were more Disney Channel, so I think I'm right on that cusp. I feel like I'm part of such a weird generation. There was no computer in my home until I was an early teenager, like middle school. I remember computers being installed in my classroom. I went to school with books and writing things down. I went to college when people didn't really have laptops in class. I did not have Wi-Fi in college, which is just crazy. Crazy how the times they are changing. Back in my day. Okay. All right, Grandma, calm down. Grandma's getting wound up about the internets again. Of course, there's freaking bubblegum pink, but no dark brown. Ma'am, can you make sense, please? Okay. If you're wondering about my eyeshadow, it's the new Nomad Fairy Tale palette, so go check out that video, cause it's purpley. The crazy thing is, this bright pinky shade, I actually low-key kind of like it as long as it's in a really, really sheer wash. Once it's built up, it does not look good on me, in my opinion. But this just little sheer wash of this magenta pink. Hello? It's cute? What is happening to me? It's windy outside today, and Maggie does not appreciate that. She just wants you to know. Last one. Ooh, my poor little lips. No. Mm. I hate it. In what world will this ever look good? Please. I'm sure if you wear it, it looks so good on you. I am positive that you are the one individual that can pull this off. It's so bad. Please don't make this come back. Why do I keep seeing things about concealer lips coming back? Have we learned nothing? I am trying so hard to make this not look like complete and utter, okay? It's so bad. Why? Pixi! Why? I hate it. I hate it. All the other colors, so pretty. I liked all of them. I liked every single one of them. This is a nightmare. Why does it look like that? Why does it look like that? If I just keep putting more, it's just going to keep looking worse. I just know it. I hate it. Look at it in the cracks of my lips. Oh my god. This is horrible. Sorry. I can't even keep a straight face doing the lip swatch because it looks so bad. None of the other ones do this. It's get me out of here. Get me out of here. Oh, no. Well, I hated that. Let's put on some lip balm. Woohoo! All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for making it through all of my weird rambles. I appreciate you. You are my shining star and I love your face. I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.